guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna. Welcome to Breelan's Books. Today is Thursday, so I know I don't normally post on Thursdays, but I had some technical, that's the word. I had some technical difficulties with my video yesterday, and I'm hoping I can figure this out enough today to get this posted, so I'm sorry there's no video yesterday. But today, here I am filming an entirely different video. Yay. Today I'm going to be doing the musical theater book tag. I am a huge fan of musical theater. I love it. I've been in theater since the 5th grade. This is my first year since the 5th grade not doing some sort of production, and it feels wrong. I found this tag and it sounded really fun, so I did it, but I also added a few questions for some other musicals, so we're just gonna hop right into it because I got a lot to do. The first question is a Wicked favorite fictional friendship, and for this one I picked Melanie and Wanda, or Wanderer, from The Host. And also, fun fact, I got a new copy of The Host. This one is hardback, first edition. I found it at Goodwill. It still has the Goodwill tag on it because I'm afraid to take it off, honestly. But I found this for $2, but okay, moving on. I got a new copy, first edition of The Host. I'm very excited because it's one of my favorites. I adore Melanie and Wanda's bond because of how it subtly and slowly changes from not liking each other to like becoming so incredibly important to each other, and I just think that's really cool. Spoiler alert for this next one. If you haven't read Red Queen, don't listen. Shh, cover your ears or something. Turn off the volume, I don't know. The next question is Sweeney Todd favorite villain, and for this I picked Maven from Red Queen but I didn't want to believe that that's what it was going to be, so still caught me off guard. I was like, I don't know who to... This book gives me trust issues. It's all I'm going to say about it. Spoiler alert over, I'm pretty sure. The next question, one more second, was Phantom of the Opera favorite love triangle. And this is honestly the only love triangle that I truly enjoy. The rest of them is just, I despise less than others. Not despise. I do like certain love triangles, but this is the only one that I was torn over. The rest of them, it's clearly like they're gonna end up with that person, or we all are rooting for like one person, and it's not as muddled. But this is the only one where I like could not choose who I wanted her to end up with, and it's the Infernal Devices. And if you've read the books, you know how it ends, so you know. If you haven't read these books, go read them. It's the most beautifully written love triangle ever. It's so interesting. You don't necessarily have to read Cassandra Clare's other books to read these. I know a lot of people who have read these first and then read The Mortal Instruments, so you can definitely read those and not read all other Cassandra Clare books, because I adore them. Tessa Gray, William Herondale, Jace, no, Jem Carstairs, all amazing characters. The next question is Lion King favorite sidekick, and for this one I picked Link from the Beautiful Creatures series, and I love Link because he stays so lighthearted and fun even when everything's awful, and just he's great. And this, I think there's like a spin-off or something that's about Link and Ridley or something like that. I don't know, but I want to read anything about Link because I just adore his character and his self. The next question is Grease least favorite ending, and for this one I picked Me and Earl and the Dying Girl because I didn't feel like I got an ending. I feel like it just stopped. I got nothing. I just felt very I will never be satisfied. Musical theater jokes. I wasn't satisfied with the ending. Every time I say satisfied, I just want to, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never be satisfied. I love Angelica Schuyler. Quick side note. This book. Yeah. I don't like the ending. It's not my fave. The next question is Matilda, favorite for her. The next question is Matilda, favorite adaptation of a book, and I had one, but now I'm thinking not, but I don't have the book for this one to show you, but I love the musical version of The Color Purple. I've read the book now. I've listened to the soundtrack a million times. It's amazing. Fantastic. Yes. Would highly recommend both. The next question is Les Mis, or Les Miserables. That's not how you say it. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. If anyone who speaks French sees this, I'm sorry. The next question is Les Mis favorite death in a book. We all know how many deaths there are in Les Mis. And it's hard to pick a favorite death. So I picked the one that impacted me the most and like was the least expected. That was shocking, but also did like, there are certain deaths that are just included for shock factor. I don't like those deaths. I think there are better ways to increase your shock factor. That's not as common in books to me as it is in TV shows. How to Get Away with Murder, looking at you. How dare you? I'm upset. But in books, I think they're less common. But this death that I'm going to talk about, it shocked me, but at the same, like, it made sense to me, and it just felt right and moving, and I cried. And I cry a lot in books, not always at death, sometimes at breakups, sometimes at other things. And this answer, oh hey, do you want to sit down again? Because you can't stand on my laptop. Here we go. This death just kind of had the whole package to me, and it was Selena Beauregard in The Last Olympian. Her death just rounded out her character arc very nicely, I think, and there's like a quote in there about like waiting for someone in Elysium that just made me bawl my eyes out. If I cry over a minor character or one that we don't see as much, you know is good. There's something in my eye. Oh, that's not better. So that's all the questions that were originally on it, but then I added some because I wanted to talk about more musicals. So the next question, obviously I had to come up with a question for this, and it was Hamilton, a book that changed you. As anyone knows, Hamilton changed the face of Broadway. It brought it back into the main media and stuff like that, and it changed things. So a book that changed me, I read 13 Reasons Why when I was in the 6th or 7th grade, and it was so impactful, and it was so moving and so beautiful, and just, it still gives me like chills to think about. And I was the last one in my family to read it. My sister read it, my mom read it, then I read it because my mom wanted to make sure I could read it. And then the next year, so my 7th grade year, I read it in 6th grade because my 7th grade year in middle school, this was required reading for the entire school, and a lot of parents refused to let their kids read it because they said it was too mature. But these are things that middle schoolers sadly have to deal with. So like my mom was pissed. She was like, why would you stop your kid from reading something that could help them and that could improve their life? And it just, I made that sound and Singer just went, and now she's coming to make sure I'm okay because she thinks I'm dying now. If you're gonna be over here, you have to sit down. That's the rule. That's the rule. Don't lick me. Don't lick my ear. Oh my god. Ah! You're gonna knock over my camera with your giant body. Okay. Here we go. Next question. The next question is Next to Normal, favorite book dealing with mental health. If you have not listened to Next to Normal and you are a Broadway or musical theater fan, even if you're not, honestly, listen to it. It's amazing. Aaron Tveit, top marks. I love him. Yep. But the book that I chose that deals with mental health and just the way it portrays it was Tilt by Ellen Hopkins. I enjoy this book because it's written in poetry. It's a very interesting form of, goodbye. She keeps leaving me. It's rude. It's very interesting, it's very unique, and I think all the characters, one character in particular, Shane, deals with a lot of depression, and he has to grieve, and there's a lot of just, it's beautiful, and it's haunting, and it's amazing, and read it! Especially if you like poetry, because it's poetry, and it's awesome. The next question is Fun Home, favorite book with LGBTQ plus characters. Now with this one, I didn't want to pick an LGBTQ plus book necessarily. I just wanted one that I thought that had LGBTQ plus characters. Because previously I haven't read a lot of books that are technically LGBTQ plus novels. I'm trying to get more into them. I have a couple that I know qualify that are on here that I'm going to be reading soon. But as far as just characters that have LGBTQ plus characters that I thought handled them well, I was torn because there's a lot of books that have interesting LGBTQ plus characters, but this one, this was on my TBR for the month. Clearly I read it. I have a lot of feelings. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up. So I'm not going to talk a lot about my opinions and feelings and thoughts. They're all positive though. I love it. It's amazing. Leigh Bardugo is a genius. I'll talk more about that later. Do not eat my new sunglasses. But in this book, there are some LGBTQ plus characters. And I like the way that she incorporated it, and the way that it was handled, I think, was very realistic. And I like that they're LGBTQ plus characters that are just okay with their sexuality and aren't struggling with it. Because as important as it is to have books with characters as they come to terms with their sexuality, it's also so important to have books with characters who aren't, they're there, and it's not the main focus. Because there's plenty of characters out there who are straight, and we don't even talk about their straightness at all, except for, like, occasionally. So I like characters who are canonly LGBTQ plus and don't obsess over it, and it's not the main point of their character arc. Yes, that's the type of representation that I personally am looking for. Yes. I just think that helps to normalize it, and to normalize LGBTQ plus. The next question is Waitress, a favorite realistic fiction book. If you haven't listened to Waitress, please go listen now. It's amazing. It got nominated for Best Musical at the Tonys last year, and it was kind of one of those things, like, it could have won any other year, but it was up against Hamilton, and just because of how impactful Hamilton was, we knew it was going to win. I feel kind of bad for the other musicals that had to be in the Tonys this year, because they had to go up against Hamilton, and that's just rough. But the book that I picked was Eleanor and Park. I adore this book. I love the characters so much, and it's heartbreaking, but it's so good, and it's realistic. This could happen. Two people fall in love and it ends tragically. That happens so frequently in high school. Next question that I have is Into the Woods, favorite book with multiple narrators. I chose Into the Woods for this just because it's like a bunch of intertwining stories. And for that, I picked the Heroes of Olympus series, mostly because I didn't want to put Six of Crows for everything, but I also really enjoyed this one. And I didn't want to pick Six of Crows because I haven't read the second one yet, so I didn't want to put that one. But I only grabbed the first three because they're heavy and they're hard to hold. We do get multiple narrators in this, and I enjoy it because if we didn't, we wouldn't get the whole picture. And if we didn't, I would hate most of the characters. Like, if this was just, like, Percy or, like, just Jason or Annabeth or, like, one of the... If it was just one of the, like, Percy or Annabeth telling it, I would not care about the new characters at all. And if it was just, like, one of them... it was important because it's complex and this, yep. The next book I picked was Rent, favorite diverse book. Hey, I like this book a lot, and I picked this one over other books that have diverse casts diverse cast of characters because this is diverse in multiple ways. It's diverse in sexual orientation, in gender, in body type and appearance, which is so important, and as well as in race. So it's truly a diverse book. It's not just like, hey, we put in a black guy or we put in an Asian girl, like, so we're diverse. Like, no. There's plus size characters, there's LGBTQ plus characters, there's characters with different skin tone. There's not just like one person of color, there's multiple, and it's amazing. And they come from diverse backgrounds, and they have diverse belief systems, which is so important. It's just amazing. The next one that I picked was Tuck Everlasting, favorite childhood book. If you did not know, yes, there's a musical version of Tuck Everlasting. Yes, it's adorable. Yes, you should read it. I mean, listen to it. You should also read Tuck Everlasting. It's a cute story. It's a weird story, though. But obviously, for this one, I picked Tuck Everlasting to go with it, because I read this in the 2nd grade, and I've loved it ever since. Stay with me. Don't leave me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Love me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love musical theater. It's amazing. Any of the shows I mentioned, go listen to them. They're all amazing. I've listened to all the soundtracks or watched them or something or another with all of them. Come here. Love me. Love me. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if my dog's really cute. Do something cute. She literally stopped moving completely. Oh my gosh. You have lipstick on your paw. Okay, whatever. I will see you guys tomorrow because I will be posting a Friday video. Probably, I don't know what it is actually. So, have a good day. My outro is weird when I'm posting tomorrow. Have a good time. I will see you next time. Read a good book.